Crown and founding Field Advisory Board member, and it's my pleasure to do this event on Everything Neumi Worldwide, which is the hub for all our live streaming. With that in mind, we're live streaming on Facebook. We're also live streaming on LinkedIn and YouTube. However, we get most of our watchers here in Facebook. Now, before we kick off, I just want to say the person who was the lucky winner from last week's event who typed in "Pick Me Please" was actually Marilyn Hamilton from Jamaica. So Marilyn, if you want to reach out and give me your mailing address, you're the lucky winner of a free bottle of product from last week's event because you typed in "Pick Me Please." With that in mind, if you're online today, we're live streaming into 74 different countries around the world. We'd love to see where you're watching us from. Type it into the chat. And also type in "Pick Me Please" somewhere during the event and maybe you'll win a bottle of product next time. Now, I know it takes a few seconds for people to get on. So while that's happening, we'll put a quick timer on and then we'll get the event underway. Welcome online, ladies and gentlemen, from right around the world. Michael Firth, Neumi Crown, and founding Field Advisory Board member, presenting to you today. I love doing these events because we mix it up with all sorts of different things all the time. We've had interviews with people busting world records on our products. We've had mums and dads having much better wellness with our products. We've interviewed people from a success perspective who have busted free financially, and we'll keep doing all of those in the different events as we go. Now, I just want to say, if you logged on a little late, some of you just logged in now, you may have missed that Marilyn Hamilton from Jamaica, she was the lucky winner. So reach out to our page with your mailing address and we'll get you some product on the way. So if you've logged on right now, do me a favor, type in "Pick Me Please" if you want to go in the draw, but also in the chat, type in, no matter where on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever, type in where you're watching us from because we're actually open in 74 different countries, which is just amazing. Now, Neumi, Everything Neumi Worldwide is actually the hub for our live streamed events across the world. So every single week at exactly the same time, I'll be doing a live stream event with many different people with many different topics. And this is a great place to connect every single week, in addition to the official Neumi events happening as well. So in terms of locations, we can see people have logged on from all over the place. What have we got here? We have Hawaii, we have College Station, Texas, we have Philippines, we have, whoops, can I move it from here? No, I can't. People are typing as we go. New Zealand, we got people logging on from absolutely everywhere, which is always fantastic. So keep typing that in if you feel free to. Now, as we get today's event underway, what's this event about? Well, this particular event is about a deeper dive into Neumi. So maybe you've already watched our 2-minute video and you're looking deeper. Maybe you've watched our whole opportunity overview in different languages around the world, and maybe you're logging in this to understand a deeper understanding on what Neumi is about. We're actually going to cover off 3 things today. The first one is I'm just going to give you a quick background on how I fit into the picture so you know who's presenting to you. The second one we're going to talk about is actually the breakthrough, the HydraStat molecular encapsulation breakthrough, and then how that affects ingredients, why this is such an amazing breakthrough that's going worldwide. And then number 3, we're going to talk about the evolution of the products right back from pre-Neumi, and then we're going to talk about how that's led to a multi-channel model that no other company I'm aware of actually has, which puts us in a unique position. So in terms of my background, just so you know, my background was I was in the mortgage industry in Australia as a national sales coach. So I was looking after a few thousand mortgage brokers across Australia and New Zealand in a corporate job. And I love my job with a passion. Maybe type in yes if you love your job. Nothing wrong with that. Jobs can be fun. But what I found is as I got further and further up the corporate world, I looked at all the people who were beyond me and everybody had good income. No one had a life. And of course, my daughter came to me when she was quite young and said, "Dad, I hardly see you." So I'd sold my soul to the corporate world. And so someone came to me with a breakthrough in the glutathione nutrition space 17 years ago. And I got started with that particular company. I don't make ridiculous projections, didn't have Ferraris and Lamborghinis and big boats. I just replaced the corporate income, earned the same sort of income with about 20% of the hour input. So it was a real lifestyle change for me. So what does that relate to Neumi? Well, I've met this amazing gentleman by the name of Stephen K. Scott. If you don't know Steve, he was behind the Total Gym with Christy Brinkley and Chuck Norris, and $4 billion in sales, one of the most influential people in direct response television. And he was the previous owner of that other company. And then he retired. And then I heard Steve was looking for investors for a brand new breakthrough. So I helped Steve find the number one, or number two other than him, biggest investor in the company, which is friends of mine from Melbourne, Australia. And they put in quite a lot of money. And of course, then we launched this amazing breakthrough. So that's where I fit into the picture. Let's talk about the breakthrough itself, just so you get an understanding. So who is Neumi? If you don't know who we are, we're the trailblazers, we're the innovators, we're dedicated to revolutionizing health and wellness through our cutting edge technology called HydraStat molecular encapsulation delivery system. Big words, what does it mean? Well, the problem in the world is that there is poor absorption rates, because studies show that 90% of oral supplements are not absorbed by the body. And of course, this means only a fraction of the nutrients actually reach the cells where they need to be. Now, we've solved that with this amazing invention, which is called HydraStat, transforming health and wellness around the world. Because what we do is we deliver high quality products and we shrink particles down like no one's ever been able to do before, and make them more accessible to the cells. So there are three things, just so we're clear, three things that make us completely unique that nobody else is doing. And what is that? Well, on the left-hand side, cell size. So just as an example, a human hair is 80 to 100,000 nanometers. Just put that in your mind for a minute. So a human hair, 80 to 100,000 nanometers. We take ingredients down under 10 nanometers. Can't even comprehend that. Put in perspective, there's some great products in the market, but a lot of the products, say liposomals and those sorts of nanotechnologies, they'll get down to maybe between 60 and 200 nanometers, which is impressive. But the problem is you need to be under 20 to 30 nanometers. 20 to 30 nanometers will absorb the blood-brain barrier, and 10 nanometers can absorb into a cell. So I love John Singleton, a Australian marketing guru. When I was growing up, he said, you're smarter in business to be different than better than your competitors. We're not competing with anyone, because no one's doing that. Then the second thing is the surface area. Because of the HydraStat process, 200 times greater surface contact than non-treated ingredients, which makes them much more potent. So you can't take one product and say, oh, this has got 10 milligrams and this one's got 12. No, it's irrelevant, because we're accessing a cell like nothing can, because it's like trying to drive a bus through a keyhole. A section of a molecule only absorbs whatever it touches in terms of nutrition. So we get much more greater surface contact. And finally, instead of like lipids, which is fats, and unfortunately fats do attract toxins, we use ultra purified water molecules, which is very unique. In fact, purer than a hospital IV, which is quite amazing. So what does it mean? It means the product results are far in excess of anything else we've seen before. In fact, I can tell you this, in the evolution of the products, in the glutathione world, and if you don't know what glutathione is the master antioxidant of your body. It's at its optimal levels when you're about 18 to 20 years of age. It drops 10 to 12% per decade in a fully healthy individual. And of course, as you get to my age, 21, maybe 56, you actually will have a very depleted level. And of course, glutathione does 400 functions in the body. And we started to our business with just that ingredient. And then we've moved into many, many, many other spaces. But what we do is we take that proven ingredient that has 186,000 peer-reviewed studies, and we deliver it to a cell like never done before. So let's talk about the evolution of our products. So I said I was with Neumi way before Neumi started, back about 7 years ago, when Steve was looking for investors. So if you could picture a big white bottle with text written on it saying pH water, that's our first test, if you like, with that product. And the very first product that was produced was this one, which was not home-based business. And when we did that, Steve sent me some product. And of course, when I took this, I thought, uh-oh, I wasn't getting the same results that I was in a previous example with a precursor of glutathione. I thought, I've, friends put a lot of money in this, makes me nervous. But in Steve's defense, they say never buy the first model of any car, because that's the one that you test. So you guys are not guinea pigs. This was the first one. Then we were able to get the product through Bert, our scientist, 27 times more potent. And that's when this brand was launched. So from this one to this one. Now, I didn't get much result with this. the results with this one was fantastic. Now, Steve, if you look into him, you'll find that he's actually not only a best-selling author, not only behind, the Total Gym and one of the most respected people worldwide in television, infomercials, he's also written a lot of books in personal development and in the Christian world. So we got invited on a Christian TV program with this one, and we actually sold $1 million of this product in 2 30-minute shows. Unbelievable. And that put us on the map. But an interesting statistic for you was that we had a 76% repurchase rate. Unheard of, saying the results were so good. So there was no must-buy auto ship or anything for incentives. It's just people 76% repurchase because it worked. Now, the problem with that is I said to Steve, I'm in Australia, and if you want to ship this to me, even though this is half to a third of the price of most of your competitors, unfortunately, the shipping is going to kill you. So we kept working on it, and we got it stronger again 6 more times. So 27 times stronger the first time, 6 times stronger again this time. Then this tiny little bottle, before Neumi existed, was the same as 2 of these huge ones. Now, at this point, I got this into the hands of athletes, and I got to tell you, unanimous feedback, faster recovery, much more energy. People started busting world records, and we knew we were onto something when you deliver ingredients to the cells like no one's ever been able to do before. So at that point, we were still not Neumi. Okay. Then we got contacted by Dr. Marina Perito. He's a world-renowned dermatologist with a company called Skinfluence in the USA, in New York. And she said, if you can shrink particles down like that under 10 nanometers to deliver them into the cells, imagine what you could do if you did that with skin. No one's doing that. So she told us some other ingredients that would be really good, like hyaluronic acid, collagen, etc., and a few other amino acids. And we did take her advice, and that created this brand here. Now, this brand is, again, not Neumi. This was pre-Neumi. And so we had a skin spray that we could spray in our skin, literally just mist it on your skin, and the results and the before and afters were out of this world. Ask the person to send you some photos. It's just going to be mind-boggling. And of course, we had these 2 products, and then what happened to the world? COVID-19 hit. And although that was a negative for a lot of people, guess what? It became a positive for us, because it killed retail at that time for everybody, including us, and everybody went home and couldn't sell anything. So Steve became open to discussing going back into home-based business at that point. And we'd been begging him to do that because that's our area of expertise. And of course, that's how Neumi was formed. So when you see these products, we didn't throw the baby out with the bathwater with these. I'll talk about what these did in a multi-channel model in a minute. But what we did is we formed Neumi. So this product, which is our glutathione product, got glutathione, cysteine, which is a building block of glutathione, and other ingredients to help glutathione do its job. You get more energy, you get more mental focus, clarity. Glutathione, as I said, does 400 functions of the body. It's known for boosting energy, boosting your immune system, detoxing your cells, and reducing inflammation. So the product results we saw in this eliminated any of the results we'd seen in all the time before, 17 years in the glutathione world. So it just took a whole new level. So this and this are identical. There's no difference. The only difference is the branding. So this was Neumi, this was the retail model. Then we did the same thing with the skin spray, with the amazing before and afters. This is exactly the same product as well. It's just the branding was different from retail to Neumi. Then we launched around the world, and some of us went and maxed out the compensation plan in the first 12 months. Mind-blowing, and no one was more surprised than we were. Took off so fast, and that's because our products were cheaper than everybody's, and our compensation plan paid out way more. Okay, so that's the evolution of those products. Then we decided to take the same concept and shrink particles of other proven ingredients. And so we went to women's health, and we created a product that's in 3 countries right now, where we took botanicals. And this product has a double-blind placebo-controlled test that then proves that we eliminate hot flashes, mood swings, increased libido, also getting rid of PMS symptoms and so forth. Then we took the same concept with nootropics, and we took proven ingredients for brain health. And it was such an effective product that we got endorsed by the American Brain Council, and they're using this product and getting spectacular results. And so same concept, delivering them to the cells in HydraStat, which just changes the ballpark altogether. Totally different. So that's the evolution of the products and how we get here today. We're now in 74 countries, well, 72. Japan's opening in about a week or so. Thailand's opening at the start of the year. That'll be 74 countries in 3 years. Unheard of. We've been written up in the Business for Home official website for the industry as a AAA company because we're growing so fast and we have such an amazing business model. That led us to doing something very unique, which is called the multi-channel model, if you like, or multi-channel integration, which is a professional reseller program, or PRP. So we didn't throw these out. We decided, let's keep these brands. Let's have the home-based business network marketing model around the world in 74 countries. But hey, what about if we kept the retail brand and enticed or encouraged and remunerated our Neumi members to go open the doors for the retail model? So they profit on the retail model. Wow, we did that. So this in some countries can be put into gyms, doctor surgeries, naturopaths, etc. They have a retail margin, but the Neumi members are getting remunerated for it. Same again, this product can be in beauty therapists and so forth, and the Neumi members get remunerated for that one as well, which is just a totally different model. And like I say, I've not seen anyone do that as well. That then brings me to one final point: compensation. Now, interestingly, this is just a dummy bottle. I don't want to promote anyone else's products, but this particular product I'm going to talk about, if you were making capsules, and then you'll really understand the business model. When someone says, oh, we have a good payment schedule as well, it almost makes me laugh internally, because I'll explain something to you. If you took a kilogram of an ingredient, glutathione, cysteine, nootropics, whatever, and you made capsules, you will make between 200 to 400 bottles of product with a kilogram of ingredients. And then you've got to work out your profitability according to that, okay? So remember that figure, 200 to 400 bottles from a kilogram of ingredient. Most goes down the toilet, as we said at the start. That's why they're not effective. We take the same kilogram of an ingredient, whatever it may be, and we can make 10,000 bottles. It's impossible for a traditional nutrition company to compete. It's impossible. If you go into Business for Home, even though they'll say they pay 50% of the BV, if you go behind the veil, that means they're paying about 23 cents in the dollar, maybe 27. High end, maybe 38 cents in the dollar. No one's paying 53. So it puts us in a position like no other company. That means we can give away our tools. We can give away a travel platform that companies charge $1,000 for. We do all sorts of things because our profitability in the back end is so much higher. It would be physically impossible for those companies to compete. So as we get close to wrapping this up, I just want to remind you that everything Neumi Worldwide that we're live streaming in right now onto Facebook, and everything Neumi Worldwide on the YouTube channel and various other places, LinkedIn, etc. Most of our traction, as I said, is because we have a huge following on Facebook, but you might be watching it elsewhere. Feel free to type in if you are. I just want to say that in the next week, we normally would do another event and draw a winner. Unfortunately, I will be on a plane in the next few days off to Indonesia to support the Indonesian team there, which I'm excited about. And that takes me offline for a week. So there will not be an event next week. Would you believe we are 22 days, depending where in the world you're watching this, 21 or 22 days from Christmas. So we probably won't have another event before Christmas, but I can tell you this, as we open up towards the next year, we're going to start doing live stream webinars in every single language that we're operating in from the Everything Neumi Worldwide platform. So you can certainly participate in that if you like. And the final thing I'd say is, if you're watching this now, maybe you're watching the live stream playback, maybe you're watching it a week from now. Type in "Pick Me Please" in there, and you will still go in the draw for when we do the next event, which may not be next week, as I said, could be the week after, or could be 1st of January, but you could be the lucky winner if you're playing this back. Because as I said, there are people logged on from absolutely everywhere. I'm just looking in the chat now. And yes, someone said this time is going so fast. So ladies and gentlemen,